それでは、お時間になりましたので、セミナーの方を開始させていただければと思います。よろしくお願いいたします。今回、セミナーでお話しいただくのは、アリエクスプレスロシアでビジネスインテリジェンス部部長としてご活躍いただいているデニス・ゼンコビッチ様とシニアデータアナリストとしてご活躍されていらっしゃるゲルマン・チェキンさんでございます。まず本編をご覧いただく前にゲルマンさんにご挨拶いただきたいと思います。
Hello everyone. I hope you can see me well right now. I cannot see myself though. Anyways, hello everyone. My name is German. I am working as a BI senior analyst in AliExpress Russia. I was responsible for the implementation of logistics OKR in my company from data side and management sides. It was difficult, but we managed to do it. Today, during the presentation, you will see the process of OKR implementation, and also you will see the cases of logistics OKR implementation, how we decompose it, and how we proceed with the basic logic. In the end, you will be able to ask me any question regarding presentation and just any question in general about OKR, work experience if you're interested, or just how analysts work in Russia. Thank you, everyone, and I wish you to have a great time watching the presentation, and please stay with us. We will have an interesting Q&A session. Thank you very much.
はじめまして。Hello, guys. My name is Denis, and I'm BI Vice President for AliExpress Russia. Today, me and my colleague German Chekin will present you the approach of OKR implementation and some interesting insights of our process here in AliExpress Russia. About our agenda for today, basically we will start with introduction to AliExpress Russia and our joint venture with Alibaba Group. Then we will continue with our OKR system overview. Then OKR practices in the world, OKR implementation in AliExpress Russia, our AliExpress Russia experience, ups, downs, and where do we stand now with OKR implementation, and some closing remarks and the Q&A session with you guys. So let me start with a few words about AliExpress Russia and introducing our company to you. First of all, our company is a joint venture, is a collaboration between Russia and China companies. As you can see on the slide, basically all the shares of our shareholders are split almost 50-50, so 50% on Russian shareholders and almost 50% for Alibaba Group. Inside of the Russian shareholders, you can mark here Megafon is one of the top 3 Russian telecom operator. Mail.ru Group is one of the biggest online company, basically game dev and everything regarding with the internet here in Russia, and also Russian Direct Investment Fund. So just few words and numbers about AliExpress Russia. First of all, the official date of establishment of the new company is October 2019. So it's the date when the new company was born, and for the last year, so for the last financial year for 2021, our GMV reached out almost 230 billion of rubles, while local GMV, what is local here is sold items basically from our local sellers who is operating inside of the Russia, reached out almost 55 billion of rubles. For the buyer side, we are one of the biggest internet companies here in Russia with a monthly audience for 26 million of unique buyers, while our SPU count are close to almost 140 million of SPUs. Some words about our inside of AliExpress Russia. So 70 people working at AliExpress Russia, and this amount continue growing. And during last year, we hired more than 400 new colleagues inside of AliExpress Russia with a single goal to build one of the biggest e-commerce company here in Russia. Around 225,000 sellers on the platform, and almost 25% of them are local Russian sellers. And our DAO is close to 9 billion people. Few words about myself. My name is, as I already mentioned, Denis, and I'm BI Vice President here in AliExpress Russia. Before that, I had experience basically in online companies here inside of the Russia, 10 years experience in analytics. Previously, I was also working on ride-hailing platform and one of the biggest Russian online fashion retailer named La Moda. And I'm graduated from one of the top Russian economic university named after Plekhanov. And I have a family, 2 beautiful girls. Yep. And I'm giving a word to my colleague German.
Thank you, Denis. Yeah, so we have this messed up title. Basically, it's speakers, right? My name is German, and I work as a BI senior analyst at AliExpress Russia. I have a diverse business acumen that's coming from consulting, analytics, marketing, team management, investor relations, and so on. I'm the graduate of the top Russian university specialized in the international relations, which is called MGIMO, and I do love golf a lot, and I hope you love it as well. So let's go to the actual thing of this meeting. Let's talk about OKR system and the general approaches and what it is actually, right? What is objective key results? So let's go. In our understanding, it's a new way of managing company and projects within any department, right? So you can see 2 pictures. On the left side, there is a KPI guy. He's very sad and probably gonna get punched by his boss or something. And here is a group of people. They're so happy. They're using OKRs, right? Definitely, we want to be on this side. We don't want to be on that side. But it doesn't mean that KPI is bad, right? Nothing is bad. It's just the system and the approaches that you're using are making things better or good. So let's talk about KPI for a while. KPI is pretty much mechanical. It's a mechanical business with a different result criteria. We say we want to get a result per se, and we will achieve A, right? But with the objective key results, what is the difference? Is that it's more flexible. We're setting an objective which mostly acts as a vision for the company. And the key results, they are just contributors to the actual understanding of where we stand in the achievement of the main objective. So for the KPI, we are not really bending the rules. We are just playing with the rules. But objectives, they are the actual vision. So we can adopt our key results. We want, for example, achieve some certain amount of GMV for the company. And we will try to adjust logistics, let us say, or go for the buyer's side, right? And work on them to contribute to the actual understanding of how we will get close to the our gap decrease for the objectives. So it's flexible business with a vision and agile approaches of objective achievements. Let's see more. So what is the basic difference, right? 2 things are quite not similar. The organizations are perceived as machines on the KPI side. Why is that? Leaders, they act as the actual masterminds. They're telling you what to do. And employees are expected to do things like exact things, right? And we're separating most of the people in the organizations from stressors and complexity. We are not giving them that responsibility of actual being that much creative, because they act in the certain boundaries which are very robust and are not easy to change. If you do work in big companies, right, you do understand how it is hard to change the actual KPI because it is set by the the shareholders, like the CEO, right? You cannot just go to the guy and be like, hey, I want not A, let's do B, and B is better and it can contribute to the company. It can contribute, but it's better to do it on the OKR because KPI is something very not flexible. So people are perceived in such companies as assets, right? And it's the environment mostly is like machine-like. So it's still mechanical. Let's go to the OKR. OKRs, they contribute to the actual understanding of the company as a living organism, right? And it's an organism-like system, organic one, right? It can learn, it can develop, it can breathe. It's actual like a human body, you know. So the leaders who show the direction and set up the vision and how they build up the system, they help people to make their job more effectively. They just motivate people to collaborate across boundaries, which are not that robust. Employees understand their roles and how to contribute to the final result, and people are exposed to the risk, which is controllable, and uncertainty, which is controllable, because we know exactly what we want, which is the objective. That's why it's flexible. Let's go deeper. So here we can see how our leaders motivate project and overall company vision execution in order to understand how better we become. On the left side, it's still a KPI type of project execution. A leader provides an input, things are going to the company, and in the end, he's saying, I want KPI by blah, blah, blah date achieved. And when the date comes, we're going to the evaluation process, which is the review, of course. And people will be graded. Someone did better, someone did just average, someone did like below average, right? And we don't want to be this guy, we want to be that guy. So we build up an or not natural competition within an organic system, because a company is the place where people work, right? Not really robots. But if we go for the OKR stuff, we see that leader provides an input. It is mostly bottom to top and not top to bottom process. Leader creates a vision. He says, okay, I see things like that. What you guys think? And all of the teams, they start to dance together in a collaborative type of motion. They create the whole idea and develop it. And they can contribute to objective, to the vision, with their key results, with their departments, and they can help us to realize where we are with the actual tracking of the key results. So the whole company is working as a system, and we can see more because we stand higher as a leader, and because we are just working on all of these parts of the process toward the company level. All of the people are included in the process, and everything is maintained perfectly. So everyone can contribute to the process, and everyone can be a part of the achievement in the end. So talking about practices, right? What are the practices in the world? Let's talk about it for a while. So for the research, actually, we found an interesting thing. Mostly American IT companies are really fancy of using OKRs in their companies, right? So it's like Google, I know, Amazon, Netflix, all of these great companies. Some Western companies like Deloitte. We do have OKRs in Russia. And we found some companies in Asia which are really huge, like Panasonic, right? Like Samsung, Baidu. In Russia, we have Yandex and AliExpress, but not so many examples. Why is that? So we believe that a few Russian companies are working currently with the hybrid model, which is KPI and OKR system. And according to a research that we made, OKRs are not very popular in Asian countries due to the actual formality of a cultural background and hierarchical management systems, which is very vertical. So here you see an example of the vertical system, where a KPI is provided by a leader and all of the executors are just acting. They cannot really go to the leader and change the KPI really fast. Of course you can do it, but still you have to provide a lot of effort because it's vertical, right? When you climb upstairs, it's hard, but when you go downstairs, it's easy. That's the thing. For the OKRs, they're shifting workflows perception from vertical to mostly horizontal type of relations with the boss by creating collaborative environments. That's the OKR system. Leaders and executors, they work together, and executor can provide a direct feedback to a leader, and leader can say, well, I don't like this idea, and executor will come back with something else, and leader will be like, okay, that's good, let's do it. For the next part, I would like to pass my word to Dennis again, and I want him to provide you a great understanding of how the implementation of AliExpress Russia was fulfilled.
Yep, thank you, German. So first of all, you can see on the slide just a simple graph of how it was done here in AliExpress Russia. On the nearby side, you can see just the timeline, so yearly, quarterly, or bi-weekly basis. And on the left side, you can see the level of the different types of projects and execution. So board level, battles level, and projects level. So talking about how it was done here in AliExpress Russia, let's just focus more a little bit to the strategy level. And you all know that the strategy is something more long-term. So basically, it's not changing every week or every month or even every year. So basically, good companies have a strategy for 3, 5, maybe 10 years even. And basically, the strategy and the outcome from the strategy is going to, as a baseline, to our OKR system. So here in AliExpress Russia, our main OKR and main objective is to become the biggest publicly trading Russian e-commerce company. So how it was born? Basically, we had a strategy that was agreed with our board of directors, in which we approved that in order to fulfill the ideas of our board of directors and our investors, we have to focus on several things, such as, for example, local GMV, buyers, and logistics. As far as we truly believe that those three things combined together will lead us to our final goal of becoming the biggest public trading company. So basically, that's how inside of AliExpress Russia, big O's were developed, and how it is going downstairs. So basically, you have one big O. Basically, we and AliExpress Russia have one big O, as I already mentioned. We also have some free objectives for the quarterly basis, and basically for now, as I already mentioned, it's local GMV, it's buyers, and it's logistics wise, and how it is going downstairs. So basically, once you determine the vision for each particular OKR, you're just trying to understand what type of particular projects inside of different business teams can be done in order to achieve the key results of each particular OKR. So basically, that's how we go to the project OKR level. Based on this project OKR level, we are doing a list of project backlog, which truly connected with our metrics tree and the metrics and KPIs that here in AliExpress Russia we are tracking. It is more board level, so some kind of helicopter view. And what is really interesting and really, how to say it, really fruitful thing is that from such backlog of long list of ideas, some of the good ideas will come directly to the big O for example, for the next quarter. So for example, just one guy in one department just decides, hey guys, and why we can, for example, do more how to say it, more fulfillment centers for our regions, and how it will reflect our overall goal. And basically, this good idea go to project OKR level. Then, if we decide on this level that it is a really good idea, it can become our big O for the next quarter. And if our board of directors and our COD level can just judge it that this particular type of project can become our strategy for the next several years, that's the truly fruitful thing from the OKR system. Just a few words about the quarterly business review and how basically the big O's for each quarter are formulated here in AliExpress Russia. So basically, as I already mentioned on the previous slide, it's more or less correlated and connected to the project list that basically was developed just 1 quarter ago or 2 quarters ago. So we are just sitting together with in the company of CEO -1 level, just go one by one, see how guys are just evaluating each of their projects. So each project have to be evaluated on their own. It can be evaluated in money based. So for example, this particular project will bring us this amount of total additional GMV, or for example, this particular project will improve our operational metrics for 5%, etc., etc. So we're sitting together, analyzing this list of the projects and understand, okay, for the achieving our big O of becoming the biggest public trading company here in Russia, we should focus right now just on this thing, and this thing. The key factor here is that just number of these big O's for each quarter shouldn't be more than 3, maximum 5. Why? Just because once you are just focused on the more short list of the objectives that can help you to reach your vision, it will help everyone in the company understand in which particular direction they have to run in order to fulfill our company goals. And that's basically the process of the quarterly business review. It's have to be done each quarter. You're just sitting together with all business leaders, just talking with each other, just evaluating the key results of the previous OKRs, understand whether what was done correctly, what wasn't done correctly. And during this process of communication, you guys are going directly to the particular OKRs for each quarter. That's all from my side, and I want to shift my word to German.
Thank you, Denis. So, okay, guys, now let's thank Denis for this great introduction to the how actually OKR thing works in AliExpress. And let's talk about the ups, downs, and actual position and status of what we are doing right now with the OKR and how we do implement it in our company. First of all, I'm going to start with the root level, right? And OKR was a new way of setting and maintaining vision and project execution in AliExpress Russia, which is AER here. The whole process was new and hard to comprehend in the beginning. And the company was running on KPIs in the beginning. And well, that's why it was quite a shift, right? From something which is not flexible to something that is very flexible. So that's why we implemented a training sessions for our top management. We also provided all the key PPTs, all of the materials to our company employees, so everyone can actually understand what is the OKR, how it will work, and how can we implement those great ideas from the project backlogs and influence on the actual strategy of the whole company, as Denis mentioned previously. It was like quite an effort. We required our company to unify our forces to implement a new KPI plus OKR system. And yeah, we were quite successful, I would say. Now we run with this model and people do understand what are they doing on the meetings, and they do contribute with the great ideas every single week on all of these meetings. And we'll talk about the actual stuff that's happening there quite a bit later. Now let's focus on the right side of the slide, guys. You see here 3 parts. The first one is the thing that will give you an understanding of how 3 business units collaborate. So here, the first one, the BU, is the business unit, basically any business unit. It also can be BI or BE. But for BU here, it's mostly operational. Let us say traffic team, user growth team, logistics, whatever, local GMV, I don't know, just whatever you want. Some operational guys. BU guys, they come to data guys and they're talking about stuff that they want to track. They're saying, okay, so we have the perception of an actual understanding of the vision of the company. So the objective, we know it. We decomposed it. We know what metrics we want, but we're not sure. Let's talk about it. So they do provide business logic and help in metrics setup and dashboard design, because there are people who will use the dashboards, there are people who will track the metrics, and they will assist other parties, which are basically data teams, to design the whole thing for tracking. What BI does, Business Intelligence Department, mostly assures the quality and metrics. We provide the whole draft in the beginning. We're saying, okay, logistics, for example. Okay, logistic guy, what do you want? And he's saying, I want on-time delivery and estimated time of arrival. And we are asking him, what about tracking 30-day product delivery time, right? Or just fulfillment rate. Let's track number of fulfillment centers that we have. Let's track some data on the warehouse side, right? And then BU guys, they're like, okay, that's quite interesting, let's do it. BI finds all the sources and adjusts all of the meetings just to understand that people are on the same page and we can contribute to the actual design of the dashboard and the metric setup. Then we pass our understanding to BA. And BA always involved in all of this process and meetings. BA is a business analysis in our company. BA is mostly less strategical, but they're more operational. They're executing the whole thing. They know which data sources to use. They know how to build a dashboard already. They're providing and maintain reports and provide data insights based on the demand of the business unit. If it's logistic, they will track logistic. If it's traffic, they will track traffic. If it's buyers, they will track buyers, and so on. Okay, so BI and BA teams, they were assigned to get the whole analytics process ready for the achievement tracking in AliExpress Russia. The whole thing would be listed as follows. And let's just talk about logistics, right? And logistics OKR metric setup and data alignment took some time to implement. And the only one thing that helped us to be successful was the communication. It was an actual key to success, right? Here on the screen, you may see a process of setting up the actual OKR system, implementing the tracking stuff, and providing the new insights and run the sprints with the OKR meetings. So OKR setup is mostly an alignment on the CEO level, where we answer the following question. What is the big O? What is the objective? And what is the vision, right? We determine where we go. Like a plane, we know where we want to land and where we should go. Next of all, we go to the implementation level for business departments, like, let us say, a logistic. For example, these people, they're trying to align the OKR, and they align the objective within their department. So their task is how to decompose it, right? How to decompose the big objectives set by our CEO and board of directors and other top management teams, and then how to decompose it and align within their department, how to contribute to the main objective, right? And contribute to the vision. Then we go to the OKR metrics tracking. We create the whole tracking system by using the resources of the data. The main question to answer is, what are the metrics that we want to track, right? And the next thing, which is probably not the last, but extremely important, is the OKR meetings. We involve key department meetings with AliExpress Russia to top management. And we answer this following question: how to run meetings and how to do it effectively. We don't want to waste time. People are busy, right? We want to make it extremely effective and just bring more benefits and insights to all of the business teams who are participating or just interested in the OKR tracking process. Here is an example, right? Here it's all about logistics. Logistics as an objective is one of the key battles for AliExpress Russia in financial year 2022. On the left side of the slide, you will see the company level. On the right side, you will see battle and project level. Battle is mostly like a project, right? It's just slightly bigger than just a project. Project is more detailed. It's like a means to achieve a battle, and battle is the means to achieve an objective within certain domain. So the first thing, what is the big O and what is the vision? And for AliExpress Russia, it is become the biggest Russian publicly trading e-commerce company. We know what we want. That's what we want, right? How we will achieve it? What is the description of it? So we are saying, we would like to improve buyer retention through delivery guarantee, a basic UX improvement, develop strong local business by local marketplace and overseas warehouse storages. Then we decompose it. We decompose in the following stuff. Like we want an increase of certain amount of buyers in the financial year. We want an increase in GMV or just the achievement on some amount of GMV in the financial year 2022. Cost per order and number of orders increase or just to maintain at a certain level, right? Then we go to the domain stuff. We're saying, okay, let us say, in order to fulfill the key objective to become the biggest Russian publicly traded e-commerce company, we will need the following things. The first one is buyers, right? We'll need the guys who control this stuff on the local level or cross-border level. We need local businesses to be involved because it's gonna stimulate our buyers to just get on our platform locally and just participate in the purchases more. And we'll need logistics, right? Improvement. It basically can be anything you want here, but it should be aligned within business teams and the management, so they will just naturally agree that all of this stuff will contribute to the objective of becoming the biggest Russian publicly traded e-commerce company, right? This is the company level. Let's move next. Let's go to the local level of battles and project level. So for the logistics, we ask the question, what metrics to track and how to visualize? How can we track the key results? Because this part was mostly about the objective, and this part is about key results. So what metrics to track and how to visualize this? We want to use the following thing. The first thing is the metrics control. What will be the metrics shown? Here you will see some of the metrics like on-time delivery, estimated time of arrival, probably average delivery days, number of orders delivered by a certain amount of days, like 30-day on-time delivery, like 15-day on-time delivery rate, some warehouse metrics, which can include inbound, outbound time. It can be anything, any trade data regarded and involved into the logistics tracking, right? So it could be OTD improvement and the stuff that you can see here. It's last mile LM infrastructure. Lastly, we go to the meetings, right? We have to share our knowledge, and we are saying, okay, what to discuss and how to do it effectively. We set up the OKR meetings. We provide a natural agenda. We do involve speakers who will be sharing on this stuff and this matters, and participants, because everyone, generally everyone, can participate in our company. We have this almost free door, just open space type of policy that you can talk with anyone you want. You can just text our CEOs and be like, hey, I have an idea, or let's go for lunch and talk. You know, we are very, very horizontal in this approach, and they're very nice guys. The thing is that we have to answer this stuff. So let's answer. Okay, let us say we're gonna provide our meetings on the weekly or bi-weekly meetings. We will choose the hot topics to discuss and share with cross teams. Means not only logistics, but probably buyer guys or those who are involved in the traffic growth. We will involve key people to set as the most important speakers for the particular day and give them more time. And we will include relevant people to involve on the meetings. And that's it. That's how it runs in AliExpress Russia. And currently it runs pretty much successfully. We have these meetings run every single week, sometimes bi-weekly. We have the QBR sessions and stuff like that. And everything is just so amazing because we can contribute as a living being to the whole well-being of the company. For the last thing, we would like to thank you mostly. And we'll just want to share some idea with you guys. So OKR is a thing which is extremely new, I would say, probably not to everyone, but a lot of big companies, especially in IT, are trying to implement it. We live in the globalized world, right? But still we have our cultural differences. We cannot just implement the open door policy everywhere we want, which is good, and sometimes it can be bad. Let's just face it. It depends. But we just want you to know that global community should provide sustainable OKR implementation guidelines to incorporate cultural differences. And why? Just because we're different and we both work really hard. But we want to be better, and we can share it and our knowledge in adaptable way. So let's share with each other, develop further, and grow bigger. Thank you very much.
Thank you.